Okay, welcome back to Murdered Soul Suspect. So we are on our way to the police station. The young girl, I believe her name is Joy, has just ran off there to get her mother's book. And we are gonna follow after. Oh yeah, that's us taking a picture. I couldn't remember. Hopefully there are no new demons here. Now, I do keep my TV low, but it's so quiet. Thought I saw something there. Let me just double check down here though. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. I don't think I am, but it doesn't hurt to double check. Okay. Alright, and now we'll head over. Oh, it's like a little flyer that disappeared. These two guys are still here?
So quiet. Such a sleepy town.
Today he asked, and I honestly didn't know what to say. I want to be with him. I love him. But when he asked to marry me, I found myself unable to say anything, like my voice was frozen. And he just knelt there, my silence crushing him. And then he got up. It was 5 minutes before I could tell him I needed to think. But have I blown it now? I don't know. If it were me, I might have to think about it too.
I did this. I talked him into this. Becoming a cop. I was lying dead in the street because of me.
Part of me has a theory that Rex is the Bell killer, but I'm really hoping not. Rex feels guilty for leading Ronan to a life of police work. Oh, just only one of two to collect of those? Okay.
What was that? Everything in the shadows makes me jump.
As they should. In this world. I still remember the first time I laid eyes on that man. Ronan had all that bad boy swagger, and I admit I liked it. But what I liked even more was the heart underneath the facade that he couldn't hide. He was a guy from a rough neighborhood, but it hadn't hardened him as much as he let on. Bad guy swagger? Okay.
It's hard to believe a cop got killed tonight.
Really hope there's not a trophy to mind read everyone. Ugh. Talk about annoying. So is this an open town? 'Cause that would be pretty amazing. Okay, kitty, where shall we go? Let's do some climbing and cat stunts. Just confusing nonsense. It was just, that was such like a cat thing for it to do. Woohoo! Thank you for helping me get that. Oh, can you help me get up there, kitty? Thank you, kitty. Landing on all feet. Is there anywhere else we need you? I don't think so. Alright. Kitty, you go do your thing. I thought I saw something shake there. Could have been a ghost that just disappeared. She would never kill herself. She was happy with her life, had plenty of friends. Someone must have done this to her. They must have. For the K. Douglas photo.
What if he's never caught? Does he just keep going?
What are you two doing out and about when there's a like this late at night when there's a killer?
Just have this feeling like something's watching.
You're just kind of egging him on to do it. I kid.
Hey, buddy. You on the clock or something?
I was. I worked here 10 years until I couldn't take it anymore and ate a gun. Some secrets are just too heavy to carry.
What exactly did you do?
Some landscaping, mostly grave digging. Pretty much everything you'd expect a groundskeeper to do.
You know that's not what I meant.
Look, you were once a detective, and I was once a humble groundskeeper. Let's just leave it at that.
Fine by me, I was just trying to help.
I said, let's leave it at that.
Oh, I need to get in there. But it won't let me. Oh, you could like totally jump over that. That's annoying. I don't think I can get that cat over here either. Man. And I collected that. Victim was hanged from ceiling fan. Possible suicide, but no note. Bell symbol raises possibility of murder. Is that just the bell?
Don't even think it's the same guy. Copycats, all of them.
This is pretty interesting. And obviously them walking right through it shows that this is no longer there.
Rough breakup?
He betrayed me. He said he'd love me forever, but he's marrying someone else. Did he cheat on me with her? I always thought there was someone else. Was it her?
Does it matter? It looks like he's moved on. Maybe you should too.
I can't. Not until I know the truth. Please, I must know. For better or worse.
All right. I'll look into it.
All right. It doesn't take a detective to see that the woman is heartbroken. I should try to figure out if her ex-boyfriend cheated on her. All right, where would we find some clues to that?
I wonder if he still thinks of her. Maybe that's why he's always been so hesitant. I wouldn't blame him, but it sucks that she's the reason I even approached him. He looks so hurt and broken. Like he needed someone to talk to. I didn't expect to fall in love with him. Weird how things work out.
She was just trying to be a friend. She never anticipated this.
I still don't know why she killed herself. Everything seemed great. Guess that's why I'm so nervous with Susanna. The thing is, if she hadn't jumped off that cliff, I never would have found my real soulmate. Man, it's so messed up.
Looks like he met this girl after his ex died.
It seems he only met his fiancée after his ex-girlfriend committed suicide. Looks like the new girl only approached him because he looked so distraught and lonely. So, no. Okay, it's this order. Broken-hearted. Here we go.
It seems this was all a big misunderstanding. I'm not sure how she'll take it, but I guess I'll find out.
Turns out he wasn't cheating, and your suicide is what actually brought them together.
The good news is he wasn't cheating on you. The bad news is your suicide brought them together.
So he really loved me?
Looks like it.
I've made a big mistake.
He still thinks about you. Maybe you can take comfort in knowing that you'll never be forgotten.
I suppose. I just wish I had trusted him more. Maybe it could have been us getting engaged. What's done is done, I guess. Anyways, thanks for everything.
You know, she can move on. The Ashland Hills Cemetery was founded in 1632 as part of the churchyard for the recent Puritan settlers of the Massachusetts Bay Colony. Certain traumatic events expanded the cemetery significantly, one of which gave the cemetery its name. In 1665, a shipload of immigrants escaping the plague in London realized that the ship's population was already infected. They remained quarantined in the area of the cemetery, waiting to die. When they did, their bodies were burned and their ashes buried, and the graveyard was henceforth known as Ashland Hills. Interesting. Oh, so here's the other side of the building that we saw the people walking through. Collected that.
Not going that way.
Okay, maybe we'll go there later. I really want to get that. Urgh. It's just right there, but there's no ghost to hide in to get there. Dude, if there's an opening, I don't know. I don't understand how we can't go through it. It's so dumb. Alright, just let me double check everything. Salem police have still not made an official connection among the recent violent deaths. Community speculation is increasing that this is the work of a single killer. In the absence of other connecting clues, the consistent thread is the strange bell-shaped symbol found at many of these crime scenes. No one has even the remotest theory on the meaning of the symbol, but this bell killer may have a personal reason for leaving this insignia. Ronan's parents really sound unstable. It must have been really difficult for him, growing up and feeling pressured to follow the unstable criminal paths his parents walked. And now he's my diamond in the rough. Such a sweet soul, and strong enough to keep its sweetness with everything his parents put him through. It's rare someone with a legitimate reason to be frustrated with his parents, and the way they raised him never once complained about it. He's such a better person than anyone realizes. I wonder what those mean. Ah. Okay. Alright, we did pick that up. Just always check in. Okay, I think now we can head to the station. Because I don't think I'm going to find much more new. So it looks like they cleaned up here. Sorry, I'm always looking. Oh, looks like we might be able to go here later. Or maybe right now. Come along, kitty cat. How do they do it? Oh, they're amazing creatures. Is there anywhere else we can go? Alright, you can figure out on your own how to get down. I need to possess the cat to leave. I guess this is part of that consecrated crap. There we go. Okay, doing pretty good so far. Those little papers are, floating about. Look like collectibles or clues. Witch trial, yeah. Known as Judgment House, the former residence of Judge John Hathorne, who at times held court in his own parlor room. He kept the accused locked in his cellar, as was the custom in colonial times. His unfortunate role in the witch trials of 1692 became a permanent blotch on his name. And he lived with that for almost 30 years more. The most famous...
Not going that way.
One of the most famous events in American history and all over the world. Especially that's going to be coming up in a game taking place in Salem. Salem is supposed to be a quiet place, the kind of place where you can escape the problems of a big city. But it's getting to where I don't feel safe walking outside at night here anymore. I talked with Ronan about it, but he tries to assure me that he's the most dangerous guy in this town. But the bravado doesn't help much. Something is sick about this place. Well, yeah, it's got quite the sick history to it. You would feel it. Sorry, just double checking. I mean, it seems apparent we'll be coming back here, but still, I want to get as much as I can while I'm here. Alright, we're doing good with that. Historical canon. Police station's on the other side. On this spot stood a fortification that contained the armament store sought by British soldiers on February 26, 1775. The brave citizens of this town kept the British army at bay by the strategic use of drawbridges, thereby preventing the seizure of critical weapons for the war that would begin only months later. There's the police station. But of course, we're not gonna straight go in there. My goodness, this is quite big. SOC is commonly believed to stand for Salem Oil Company. However, no such company exists. The initials actually stand for Sons of Charlie, the legal name of this service station established by three brothers, Chuck, Charles Jr., Sean, and Seamus O'Leary in 1928, when automobiles started to become common. The business nearly did not survive the Great Depression, but managed to keep itself alive as a front for illegal alcohol sales during Prohibition. Detectives are trying to find any possible connection to the bell symbol. People named Bell, literally references to bells, anything having to do with the bell. So like who the bell tolls? Okay, nothing there. This is going to be the length of an entire video. While the Salem Police Department still resists officially connecting the recent killings, they have completely failed to address the strange manner of each murder. Where the primary cause of violent death in New England, as well as the rest of the United States, is gunshot wounds, none of the recent killings have involved gunfire. Are deaths from burns or asphyxiation somehow on the rise? Or is there a killer with a bizarre motive exercising a twisted method of operation in all of them? Well, except, yeah, I guess so. He's the first one that's been killed by gun. Remove any to go in there. It doesn't look like there is something. Ah! I need you. Okay, this is... Alright. Now that I know where we are. This is a huge building that burned up. Was there a huge fire in Salem? At one point? Maybe. It's very possible. What's this here? Witness immediately moved to trauma counseling after discovering the badly burned body. I don't think I went in here. The FBI can get involved to support local law enforcement if it is clearly established that there is a serial killer. The Salem Police Department had no statement on the FBI's announcement at press time, but has continually refused to describe the deaths as the work of a serial killer. There's no sense getting the town hysterical over something that may not be true, SPD spokeswoman Ingrid Larson said in an earlier statement on the case. It seems like you might need their help, though. If you're not getting anywhere, you small town cops. Alright, good. Now we can move on. I wish they would disappear those those little lights after I've collected them. Last one. And for once, I felt safe out at night. All the stories he told me about being the most dangerous man in Salem, they felt true. No one could touch us, because no one could touch him, and I was with him. Am with him. Will be with him. I know it. Okay. Alright. I'm not expecting a lot of views on this video, but thank you very much for watching. Until next time, we will move on into the police department.